There are some things that a child will never forget. One of them is the first time they catch a fish with rod and reel. What the child takes away from that experience can leave an enduring impression. For some, this moment represents the beginning of a journey which coincides with the understanding of man's complex relationship with nature. The Central New York chapter of the Izaak Walton League has been nurturing this phenomena for almost 30 years now. When the ban on fishing on Onondaga Lake was lifted back in 1987, the Central New York chapter of the Izaak Walton League instituted what was to become known as Family Fun Fishing Day, the idea being to encourage all anglers within proximity of Onondaga Lake to take advantage of its natural bounty through the fishing experience. At one time, Onondaga Lake was considered to be the jewel of Central New York. It played host to several resorts and an amusement park. The fishing for landlocked Atlantic salmon and Onondaga Lake whitefish provided subsistence for the local inhabitants. All that changed during the Industrial Revolution. Environmental degradation resulting from irresponsible agricultural practices and a lack of proper waste management meant that Onondaga Lake as a recreational destination was to elude far too many future generations. There is a silver lining, however. The fact that Onondaga Lake was polluted prevented it from becoming overdeveloped. Today, Onondaga Lake remains the domain of the public through its extensive county park system. The majority of its shoreline is accessible via a nature trail which surrounds the lake. Recently, reclamation efforts by Onondaga County, Honeywell International, the New York State Department of Conservation, and the Environmental Protection Agency, along with a lot of help from Mother Nature, has meant the lake is once again poised to resume its place in history as the jewel of Central New York. 50 years ago, you would be lucky to find 4 species of fish in Onondaga Lake. Today, there are over 60 kinds of fish in Onondaga Lake. Less pollution has meant an increase in plant life, resulting in an increase of oxygen levels. It's nice to know in this day and age that environmental comebacks are possible. On the last Saturday of June of every year, the Izaak Walton League hosts what is known as the Family Fun Fishing Day. The Willow Bay portion of Onondaga Lake becomes a place where fishing can be pursued as a family activity. Besides the actual fishing event, there are displays and exhibits on fish and fishing. There is also what is known as the Learn to Fish program, designed to teach the basics of sport angling. Additional incentive is provided by the fact that this date happens to fall on a New York State no fishing license required weekend. The day coincides with rod and reel outfits being given away as raffle prizes.
Thank you. Good girl.
The success of Family Fun Fishing Day is largely dependent upon a coalition of like-minded stakeholders from the public and private sector working in concert with Izaak Walton. 2015 will be the 29th year for the Family Fun Fishing Day. Back in 2004, the Central New York Izaak Walton League chapter was instrumental in organizing Onondaga Lake's first nationally sanctioned carp tournament. The Carp Anglers Group Invitational held that year would help set the pace in establishing a culture of carp anglers for the preceding decade. Now Onondaga Lake and its outlet, the Seneca River, is host to a multitude of internationally renowned carp events. This has not only contributed to the economic base of the community, but has gone a long way in improving perception as to the viability of Onondaga Lake's fishery.